You are not here by accident. Something led you to this moment, to this message. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was fate. But deep down, you know the truth. This isn't random. You've felt it for a long time now. You've sensed that something about you is different. You've always been on the outside, haven't you? Not because you wanted to be, but because no matter how much you tried to blend in, the world never truly accepted you. And now they've noticed. You are under investigation. A detective is after you, digging, searching, trying to find out what makes you who you are. This isn't paranoia. This isn't imagination. The signs have been there all along, but you didn't realize it. Until now. Think back. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? People turn their heads. Eyes linger on you longer than they should. Conversations slow, as if they can sense your presence before they even fully see you. It's not just your appearance. It's not just coincidence. It's the aura you carry, the force within you that unsettles the world around you. At first, they ignored you, dismissed you, treated you like you were nothing. But that was before you started to wake up. Before you started asking questions, breaking patterns, making choices that didn't fit into the script they wrote for you. You weren't supposed to think for yourself. You weren't supposed to challenge the system. And yet, you did. And that's when everything changed. They whispered your name in places you've never been. They watched your movements, analyzed your behavior, tried to understand what made you different. They sent someone to investigate, not because they want to understand you, but because they fear you. The detective isn't just looking for answers. He's looking for weaknesses, looking for a way to bring you back under control before it's too late. The truth is, you exposed yourself without even realizing it. Not through words, not through actions, but simply by existing. By being exactly who you are. The way you move, the way you think, the way you refuse to be like everyone else. It gave you away. And now they're watching. For years, you've questioned why you don't fit in. Why people react to you the way they do. Why some are drawn to you with an unexplainable curiosity, while others seem to despise you for no reason at all. Why you attract both admiration and hostility in equal measure. It's because you were never meant to be ordinary. You were never meant to follow their rules. And they know it. The system is built on order, on predictability, on control. It thrives on making sure people stay in line, obey without question, live without truly living. But then there's you, the wild card, the unpredictable force they never accounted for. And that makes you dangerous. That's why they sent him. The detective isn't just here to observe. He's here to break you, to find the cracks in your mind, the doubts in your soul, the weaknesses that might convince you to surrender. Because once you realize your true power, once you fully embrace who you are, there is nothing they can do to stop you. This is why they ignored you for so long. They hoped you would never wake up. They hoped you would never realize what you are. But now, it's too late. They fear you, and they should. Because the moment you see through the illusion, the moment you understand the game that's being played, you become unstoppable. But be warned, this is just the beginning. They tried to erase you. For years they ignored you, hoping you would remain invisible, that you would shrink into the background like everyone else. They dismissed your potential, overlooked your presence, and pretended you didn't exist. But then something changed. You started to wake up. You began moving differently, speaking differently, thinking differently. And suddenly, the world couldn't ignore you anymore. You didn't ask for attention, yet eyes began following you. You didn't seek recognition, yet whispers of your name spread in conversations you were never supposed to be a part of. You didn't force anyone to listen, yet when you spoke, the room went silent. That's when they realized their mistake. They had underestimated you. They thought you were just another person, another cog in the machine, another piece of the system meant to follow the same path as everyone else. But you weren't. And now, they see it. They see the way you shift the energy of a room just by walking in. The way people pause around you, unsure if they should admire you or fear you. The way the very fabric of their carefully constructed reality bends around your presence. That's when the whispers began. At first, they tried to convince themselves it was nothing. Just a coincidence. Just an anomaly. But anomalies like you don't just disappear. You persist. You grow. And worst of all, you spread. That's what terrifies them the most. Not just that you exist, but that your existence is contagious. You are a virus in their system, a glitch in their perfect design, an uncontrollable force they never accounted for. And that is why they have sent someone to investigate you. But this detective isn't just any investigator. He isn't looking for evidence. He isn't here to simply observe. He has been given one job: to find a way to contain you, to break you, to reduce you back into something manageable, predictable, ordinary. Because if he doesn't, the system crumbles. If he fails, everything they have built comes crashing down. You see, they never feared you when you were asleep. They never cared about you when you were unaware of your own power. It was only when you started waking up that they realized the threat you posed. And now, they are watching your every move. What they don't understand is that the power they fear isn't something you learned. It isn't something you were given. It is something you have always had. Something embedded in you since the moment you took your first breath. You were born with this force inside you, this light that draws people in, this presence that makes others feel either alive or uneasy. It is not a skill. It is not a trick. It is simply who you are. And no amount of investigation will change that. They don't know what to do with you. You are the variable they never accounted for, the unpredictable element that throws off every calculation. They designed a system that thrives on control, on predictability, on ensuring that everyone falls in line. And yet, here you are, walking outside of their carefully drawn boundaries, refusing to conform, refusing to be like the rest. You make them uncomfortable. You make them question everything they thought they knew. And most of all, you make them afraid. That is why they will come for you. They won't make it obvious at first. It will start with small things, strange encounters, unexplained setbacks, people you thought you could trust, suddenly turning against you. It will feel like bad luck, coincidence, random misfortune. But it's not. It's the system testing you, probing you, searching for weaknesses. If they can't erase you, they will try to corrupt you. They will offer you distractions, temptations, anything to pull you away from your true path. They will try to convince you that you are imagining things, that you are just like everyone else, that you should stop questioning and go back to sleep. And if that doesn't work, they will attack. They will isolate you, cut you off from support, make you doubt yourself. They will spread lies about you, turn people against you, make you feel as though the whole world is working against you. Because in their minds, you are a threat that must be neutralized. But what they don't understand is that every attack only makes you stronger. Every betrayal only sharpens your vision. Every loss only fuels your fire. They think they are breaking you, but all they are doing is forging you into something unstoppable. This is the test that every chosen one must face. This is the moment where you either step fully into your power or retreat into the shadows. They will throw everything they have at you, hoping that you will crumble under the pressure, hoping that you will give in and surrender. But you won't, because deep down, you have always known that you were meant for more. You have always felt that pull, that whisper in your soul, telling you that you are not here to be ordinary. You are here to shake the very foundations of the system itself. And that is why they fear you. Because they know, once you fully awaken, there is nothing they can do to stop you. You are not alone. That's what they don't want you to realize. They need you to believe that you're isolated, that you are the only one feeling this way, that no one else sees what you see or understands what you are going through. Because the moment you understand the truth, the moment you realize that there are others like you, it's over for them. Their power over you vanishes. The system only works if you believe you are alone. That's why they work so hard to cut you off. Have you ever wondered why certain people suddenly drifted away from you? Why friendships that once felt solid started to crack? Why the people you thought you could trust turned cold, distant, indifferent? It wasn't random. It wasn't coincidence. It was a part of the plan. The system operates in shadows, manipulating the energy around you, ensuring that anyone who might understand you, who might stand beside you, is pulled away before they can help you see the truth. They use subtle tactics. People who were once drawn to you start feeling uneasy in your presence, not because of anything you've done, but because your energy is changing. You are awakening, and that shift disrupts those who are still asleep. They don't know why they feel uncomfortable around you, but they do. And so, without realizing it, they pull away. Not because you are wrong, but because they are not ready. But not everyone will leave. Some will stay. Some will see you for what you truly are, and they will recognize you, not with their eyes, but with their soul. They may not say it out loud, but they will feel it. You are one of them. And that is how you will find your true allies. Not in the places you expected, not among the people you thought would always be there, but in the ones who were always meant to walk this path with you. The system knows this too. That's why they don't just try to isolate you, they try to distract you. They place obstacles in your path, not to stop you outright, but to slow you down, to make you question if it's even worth it. They will create temptations, illusions, things designed to pull you away from your path. You will be offered comfort, security, distractions that seem harmless at first, but they all serve one purpose: to make you forget. Have you noticed how easy it is to get lost in the noise? How suddenly your priorities shift without you even realizing it? One moment, you are focused, determined, aware, and the next, you are drowning in meaningless distractions. Endless entertainment, empty conversations, mindless scrolling, shallow relationships. They feed you a constant stream of stimulation, not because they care about keeping you entertained, but because they know that a mind that is constantly distracted is a mind that will never question. And they will offer you more than just distractions. They will offer you power. They will offer you a place in their system, a role that seems important, influential, rewarding. But every gift they offer comes with invisible chains. If they can't erase you, and they can't break you, they will try to recruit you. They will try to convince you that you don't have to fight, that you can have everything you want without resistance, if only you play by their rules. You've seen this before. The ones who had potential but chose comfort instead. The ones who had a fire inside them but let it be extinguished in exchange for safety. The ones who were meant for more but settled for less because they were too afraid to step outside the lines. This is the final trap, the last weapon they use against you, the illusion of an easy path. Because here's the truth. They are afraid of you, but they are even more afraid of what you could become. Right now, they see you as a problem, but if they could turn you, if they could make you one of them, you would become an asset. And that's their goal, to make you believe that you are winning, when in reality, you are just another pawn on their board. But you are not like the others. You have already come too far. You have already seen too much. And no matter how tempting their offer may seem, no matter how much easier it would be to just take what they are offering, you know the truth. Nothing they give you will ever be real. Every promise they make is a lie designed to keep you in their control. And that is why you must resist. That is why you must stay focused. Because once you refuse their gifts, once you reject their temptations, once you choose your path instead of the one they laid out for you, you become something else entirely. You become the one thing they never wanted you to be. Free. This is the moment where most people fail. This is the final test, the last great obstacle standing between who you are now and who you are meant to be. Everything they've done, every distraction, every deception, every carefully placed temptation has led to this point. Because they know that if you make it past this stage, there is no turning back. If you survive this test, they will never be able to control you again. This is where they apply the most pressure. This is where they push you to your breaking point. They want you to believe that the weight is too much, that the resistance is too strong, that you are standing alone against forces too vast for you to defeat. They will strip away the things you thought you needed. They will take away comfort, certainty, stability. They will turn the people around you against you. Not because they have to, but because they know that loneliness, doubt, and fear are their most effective weapons. This is when the exhaustion sets in. The endless battles, the constant questioning, the feeling that no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you fight, it's never enough. You'll wonder if maybe they were right all along. Maybe you should have just stayed quiet. Maybe you should have just accepted what they were offering. Maybe you should have just blended in. This is the moment that breaks most people. This is where they fall, not because they were weak, but because they forgot one thing. They were never fighting alone. The system's greatest trick is convincing you that you are the only one, that you are the last of your kind, that you are standing against impossible odds. But the truth is, there are others like you, others who have walked this path before, others who have faced this very test and survived. And if they could do it, so can you. But you must make a choice, because once you reach this point, you can never go back to the way things were. You can pretend for a while, you can try to blend in again, but deep down, you will always know the truth. You have seen too much. You have come too far. And even if you try to return to the illusion, it will never feel real again. And that is what they fear the most. They don't fear the ones who give up. They don't fear the ones who surrender. They don't fear the ones who take their offer and fall back into line. Because those people were never a real threat to begin with. The ones they fear, the ones they send their strongest forces against, are the ones who refuse to be broken. Because those people don't just survive. They don't just escape the system. They destroy it. That's why they don't want you to reach this point. Because if you do, if you pass this test, if you refuse to give in, then something happens that they can no longer control. You become something else. Something untouchable. Something unstoppable. They never wanted you to know this. But now it's too late. You were never the one being hunted. You were never the one in danger. They were. The moment you stepped into your power, the moment you embraced the truth, you became their worst nightmare. Because their entire system is built on lies, and you are now walking proof that those lies can be shattered. The detective was never here to study you. He was never here to learn your secrets. He was here to stop you before you realized what you truly are. But he failed. Now, the real question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Because now that you know the truth, you have only two choices. You can turn away, pretend you never saw it, go back to the life they designed for you. Or you can embrace what you are, step into the power that was always meant to be yours, and set fire to the system that tried to keep you asleep. But remember this, once you choose the second path, there is no turning back. You will no longer be one of them. You will no longer be safe. You will no longer be invisible. They will come for you. They will try to silence you. They will throw everything they have at you, hoping to make you doubt, hoping to make you stop. And when that moment comes, when you are standing at the edge, when they are closing in, there is only one thing you need to remember. They wouldn't be fighting this hard if they weren't already losing.